Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Invite Mr. SP Tulsian into the conversation. Good morning, Mr. Tulsian. It's now widely believed, and of course that's why the markets are betting, that the corporate lenders have already seen their worst in Q4 and the healing process has begun. Are you buying the argument? Are you a buyer in the private sector or the public sector lenders, corporate lenders?
See, Lata, I may not buy this argument fully, because if you really see the SBI results, probably that have not, confirming the move in this direction. And if you see the share price, we have been talking of ICICI and Axis Bank. Yes, they are even, they've shown a growth, a rise of about 19% in Axis Bank, 29% in ICICI Bank in share price in last 1 month. But we should not forget that SBI has corrected in this last 1 week by about 8 to 10%, having moved to a level of 320 and now ruling at 295. So these are the kind of volatility and the valuation stretch we are seeing on this theme being played out. And even if I take this theme as right, which in my view, which I've been saying that 31st August or maybe 30th September will really be the things where the things should really get bottom out and things will start improving. I think the valuations of all these corporate lending banks, more especially the Axis Bank, ICICI Bank and SBI, is giving me caution that, you may see the kind of the profit booking which we have been, because sometimes even yesterday, if you see the expiry, weekly option expiry management has seen happen with the help of this Axis Bank and ICICI Bank. So we have been giving a screaming buy call on ICICI Bank at maybe at about 270, 275, but now we won't be taking a buy call on these, and we won't hesitate in going for the profit booking in all three banks, because where we are seeing that some kind of profit booking, and when you see the profit booking coming in, it comes swiftly, maybe to the extent of 8 to 10% as well, which while we are expecting it to happen in ICICI and Axis Bank, maybe to the extent of 5 to 7% correction in the share price from the current level in this series itself.
Okay. Mr. Tulsian, good morning. I wanted to ask you your views on Jet Airways now. The board will finally be meeting on the 27th of August to announce their Q1 earnings. And, we have seen some recovery in the stock. It's gone from 270 back to 300. You think the worst is over, or is this just a minor pullback?
See, Sonia, in fact, last time also I've said that worst seemed to be over when it fell to a level of 280, 285. Because if you really take the valuation call, or maybe the news flows which have started coming in respect to the monetizations of their maybe frequent flyer assets, or maybe, any other kind of assets, I don't think that you have any kind of risk going forward to be seen in the valuations, because we all know that the debt is seen at a level of 8,500 crore, which is not seen to be so alarming for an airlines of the size of the jet. And if you take a market cap of 3,500 crore, the EV of 12,000 crore for a company like Jet Airways seem to be quite low. It is only I think the lethargy on part of the promoters of not inducting the new strategic investor into the company either, or maybe the replacing the Etihad also, because Naresh Goyal has been very adamant that he wants to keep it 51% stake, which doesn't work if the company is wanting the fund infusion. And I think that now he has come at a breaking point. He has been hit against the wall, and now he will be taking all the steps to infuse the funds, maybe by inducting the new strategic investor into the company, or maybe by monetizing some of the assets. And on a valuation parameter, I think that the best risk reward is seen to be available in case of the Jet Airways as compared to other. I'm not saying that the other two airline stocks are. We have been keeping the positive view on the aviation sector, and maybe in the pecking order on a risk reward basis, if you want to play safe, then probably SpiceJet becomes your first choice. But if on a risk reward basis, if you want to, probably Jet, SpiceJet and Indigo falls in the same pecking order.
Okay. Mr. Tulsian, you in the drug pack, what's your pick of the pack? And Sanjeev was just saying that as a house they have moved pro pharma. Would you concur with that, and what would be your picks?
See, Lata, Sun Pharma results has definitely revived the interest, the way we have seen happening post the numbers we have seen for TCS, after the March quarter numbers. But we will continue to be quite selective on the pharma stocks, and if you really want to pick and choose, probably we'll go with the best three in the same pecking order of Oro Pharma, Sun Pharma, and third would be this Biocon. And if I want to add next three in the lot, then probably we'll go with Glenmark, Divi's Lab, and maybe the Cadila at these levels. So these are the 6 stocks we will refrain from taking a call on Lupin largely because of the management commentary which is seen to be muted for FY19, and maybe for Dr. Reddy we need to see some kind of development or allow the stocks to correct maybe by a couple of hundred rupees. So but prime pick remains as of now on the three stocks, that is Oro, Sun Pharma and Biocon.
Okay. Well, Mr. Tulsian, I also wanted to ask you, any of the metal names that you would be still interested in right now? I mean, yesterday we were speaking to a couple of them who indicated that, prices are moving up higher, especially alumina prices. Any of the names that you like, the likes of Nalco, etc.?
See, Sonia, non-ferrous alumina have been going strong for the last 3-4 months, and that is what we have seen in the results of the national aluminium also. And even the aluminium has been the kicker for Vedanta and Hindalco. Both, if you see Vedanta's standalone number and even Hindalco, the aluminium has really saved. But if you see the things, I think maybe non-ferrous metal seems to have bottomed out, and all these primary producers, in India are enjoying the advantage of the weak rupee also, because all these non-ferrous metal prices, whether you talk of aluminium, zinc, they are all import parity price they have derived, and because of that, the advantage of the higher realization is seen coming in their favor. And if you see, even LME seems to have bottomed out for zinc, aluminium and copper for all three, and the advantage goes with Hindustan Zinc, Vedanta and Hindalco for aluminium. But we will be more positive on the ferrous metal space, because if you see the Q1 numbers, which are always seen to be dull, in spite of the long products having softened, the prices have been softened in this last maybe couple of weeks, but still if you take the numbers, of maybe Steel Authority, JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Indian Operations, or maybe Jindal Steel and Power, we continue to have a positive way, because the Steel Secretary also has confirmed that 10% consumption growth is seen for FY19 for steel sector, which we have never seen in this maybe last 2 decades. And if that comes in, I think the pricing power will continue with the steel producers, prominent amongst them being the Steel Authority and JSW as a prime pick in the space. But we will continue to be positive on Vedanta, Hindalco and Hindustan Zinc also, maybe with a longer term time horizon of 4 to 6 months.
Okay.